Hello, beautiful people, and thank you so much for joining us here on Great Day Louisiana. I'm Malik Mingo. We are back all new, and you know we are ready for a great show today. Listen, we may be well into the new year, and guess what? For many people, they want to start fresh, and one way to do so is to declutter. But let's be honest, starting the process can feel overwhelming if you don't know how to do so. So today, we are sharing the 20 things you can get rid of out of your home right now. I gotta find out what these are. Here with more is Victoria Tran. She's the owner of Sorted. Victoria, 20 things?
Yes.
We gonna see, and she has bought a lot of those things for us today. I can't wait to see what you have. But first I gotta ask you this. I love a philosophy that you have. You say, small changes can lead to a big impact. Talk to me more about this philosophy.
Yeah, so a lot of times people don't have the time, energy to tackle huge projects all at once over days or weeks. And it's just like eating healthy. You're not going to eat a salad once a month or go to the gym once a month and be healthy. You do small changes every day to become healthy. So same thing with organizing. You may not have a full day to get it done, but 5 or 10 minutes every day is really going to make a difference.
This is so true. And listen, I'm sure for a lot of you, you're like, how do I figure out what to declutter? Yes, we're going to give you some specific things, but there are also 3 questions that you should ask yourself. I want to show everybody these 3 questions when it comes to decluttering. It's coming up in just a little bit. But first, let's go ahead and talk about, do I use this, right? That's a question. Do I love this? That's another question. And does this add value to my life? You know I'm going to say yes to all of these. That's why I still have it. But these are really 3 questions you should really ask yourself. Now, what I love that you've done for us today is that you've divided it room by room. Let's start with the kitchen, baby. One of the most decluttered, or cluttered rather, places in a home. What should we get rid of right now?
Yeah, so in a kitchen, it's fairly pretty simple. Old food that you don't use or may not like. Expired spices. A lot of times we find spices from 20, 30 years ago. Yes, it's true.
Yes, it's true.
Kitchen appliances, oftentimes ice cream makers, bread makers, waffle makers. Those sound like a good idea at the time, but how long have they been sitting in your cabinet not used?
But I use it sometimes.
If you use it, then keep it. That's great.
Fair.
But this I took out because we have not used it in a very long time, so it's time to let it go. It's taking up space.
Oh, this is so true. I like that. Let's move on to the next one now. Okay. The bathroom. Ooh, girl. Expired medications, absolutely.
Yes. Skincare and beauty products, those do expire. And oftentimes people have their go-to items that they use, and you buy things that you try that you don't like, but you spent money on it, so you keep it, but it just sits there. It's time to let it go.
Now, wait a minute. This is something that a lot of women use. Maybe it's just maybe for, you know, ball season is coming up, maybe a special occasion, but how do we decide if we let this go?
Yeah, so if you use it, you keep it, right? Because if you use it, you keep it. That's the answer. But if you haven't used it in years, it's time to let it go. Yeah.
I like that. So really think about how often do you use that. So true. Now, when it comes to the bedroom and the closet, what do you suggest?
Well, clothes is something that's fairly hard for people because they have an attachment to clothes.
Yes.
I see it all the time.
Absolutely.
But if you don't wear it, it doesn't fit you well, you never go for it, someone else will. So really let it go. You can donate it to a local charity and someone else will use it. Let it go in your closet to make some space for things that you do use and love.
I love how you put single socks as well.
Yes. Single socks is something we find all of the time. And unless you wear it like that, some people do, but oftentimes people will not mismatch socks. Let it go.
What do you suggest when it comes to like Christmas stuff? We just passed that. We're in carnival season now. Do we try to put that maybe in like storage to make room, or do we kind of keep that in our main closet so it's still in mind so that if we're shopping for something new for the season, we're like, we don't need that because we already have something like that?
Yes, it really depends on your space. Oftentimes people do not have any storage in their home, so you have to use maybe an attic or a shed, but oftentimes people do have closets within their home that can be easily accessed. That's great, so you can easily get to it. But if for holiday items, if you haven't put it out, let's say for this past holiday season, if you haven't put it out and you're not sentimentally attached to it, it's not a family heirloom, maybe it's time to let it go because it's taking up a lot of space.
I know, you're so right, because then if we take out that stuff, we can put in new stuff, right?
If you want to.
If you want to, but do you really need it? Does it bring you joy? You know, I see you also have a lot of paper here, some tech items and stuff for the kids. Your advice on these things?
Yeah, so these are a big thing for people to let go. Kids items, those are constantly coming in. They're growing, their interests are changing. So toys, puzzles that you're not going to make again, games that have missing pieces, time to let that go. Papers, manuals, receipts, mail.
So much. Like, I just came back from a vacation and I had so much mail. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, so don't think that you have to do it in one sitting. 5 or 10 minutes every day until it's done will get you there.
And when it comes to all of these different things, do you suggest doing maybe 1 or 2 categories to start with for the month and then maybe incorporate another category? Or you should go all in at once?
So there's different ways you can do it. Most people cannot do all in at once. And if you can, sometimes that's very overwhelming and you may quit before you finish. So start with one category, like in the kitchen or a cabinet or a drawer, or just start with a timer. 10 minutes every day, just do whatever you feel like doing. And then after a few days or weeks, you'll see so much progress. You'll be so shocked. It'll give you momentum to keep going.
Come on, we can do it, everyone. 2025, it's going to be a very clutter-free year. Victoria, thank you so much for being here, my darling. And look, if you don't want to do any of this yourself, guess what? You can get your new year started with an organized home by contacting Victoria. Log on to sortednola.com or call her 504-224-6842. She will get your life right, okay? Thank you so much for being here, my sister. And look, we're just getting started on this show today, beautiful people. We're learning more about a part of Louisiana history you may not be aware of. A pair of historians are hanging out in our LCMC Health Wellness Lounge to share more about the orphan train that made a stop here in the state back in the 1800s. Yep, that all happened. Stay tuned for our conversation. Plus, MLK Day is coming up. Here's a fun fact. Did you know Martin Luther King Jr. graduated from high school at just 15 years old? He skipped both 9th and 12th grades and went on to earn his college degree at 19. This early academic excellence was a testament to his belief in the power of education as a tool to empower communities and create lasting change. King's commitment to learning fueled his mission to fight the justice and equality throughout this life. And guess what? Hancock Whitney is proudly celebrating and honoring the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. His dream of equality and justice continues to inspire all of us, and the company remains committed to building a brighter, more inclusive future for everyone. Shout out to Hancock Whitney, okay? Now look, coming up after the break, who's ready for some Frankie Beverly and Maze music? We have some musicians ready to perform for us in our Chip 4 style soundstage after the break. Don't move. We'll be right back.